This week we'll be talking about Blizzard Albany, aka Vicarious Visions, wants to unionize. ActivisionBlizzard staff walks out protesting the loss of abortion rights. Ubisoft delays Avatar Frontiers of Pandora and Assassin's Creed games. Xbox got Discord voice chat before PlayStation. How dare they? Naughty Dog drops huge Last of Us remake details. Game reviews and impressions on Stray, Forza Horizon, Hot Wheels DLC, multiverses, and more on Season 6, Episode 28 of Press X to Start podcast. What's up, everyone? I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka the new ambassador of Lifesavers, Spearmint Edition. This stuff is like, it's like sugar. I was gonna say the other sugar, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. So it's like sugar. This stuff is so good. I bought a pack on like Sunday, and I'm like, no, not Sunday. No, I bought a pack yesterday, so that's Saturday, and I'm like halfway through the bag, and it's like, is this bad for me? Who else is here in my addiction?
Giraffe body. I think the normal amount of lifesavers for a normal person. It ain't the same for you. But I am Sean MF Ross.
Oh. What the MF stand for? I thought you were gonna drop some science on me.
AKA your old jazz uncle. AKA Aunt May didn't finish praying. Check the tape.
Deliver us. Good for her.
All right, who else is here?
It's your boy, aka Jordan. It's your boy Jordan, aka JXY. It's been a minute. I'm sorry. I'm rusty, y'all, and I apologize.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
AKA the top Forza driver, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm the
You number one on
boss.
the leaderboards?
Yeah, they call your character the boss, so AKA the boss, I guess.
Okay.
That's what they call you.
Mr. Boss Boy Jordan.
I wish.
And last up,
Oh yeah, it's me, Avery. I'm here.
nailed it. Like always. This guy is just always ready. Man. All right. Now you know who we are. Press X Start Podcast is a weekly show where we talk about the latest gaming news, review the biggest games, as I said before, give you our thoughts on the games we are playing, as I also said before. Our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved point of view. With that being said, now I know who we are and what we stand for and what's going to be on this podcast. Now, let us jump into the quick hits. Avery, take it away.
Hey everyone, it's me. It's Avery. I'm here to do the quick hits. Let's do it. So we got a double Dewey. Oh wow, a double doozy of ActivisionBlizzard Dewey Decimal System. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking about I need to go to the library. They give out free video games as well as free comic books and free films. It's support your local libraries. Don't let them burn down like the Library of Alexandria. We lost so much great knowledge. Probably proof of aliens and the gods. So
real quick, Dewey Decimal System. That was a thing that growing up as a kid, I hated, and I made sure not to learn because also in our generation, we had the internet that was starting to flourish, and I knew the internet's going to replace this, and this is dumb. I'm not wasting my time on this, and I didn't, and I was not. I was definitely on the right side of history with that.
Why aren't you rich yet, DJ? Since you're such a futurist.
Because I spent my money on Gundam models, as you can see right there. It screwed me, Sean. It screwed me. All right.
Don't
Avery,
vote
take it
DJ
away.
for office.
Don't.
Okay. So yeah, we got a double duty of Activision Blizzard news. I'm reading both from the Washington Post. One from is from Shannon Liao, and the other is from Shannon Liao. So like, shout out to Shannon Liao for being on top of all this Activision Blizzard nonsense.
Hey.
The first bit of news is more of a positive than a negative. It's that Blizzard Albany, formerly Vicarious Visions, announces unionization build. So the shockwaves of Raven Software, I believe it was Raven. Yes, I believe it was Raven's internal QA unionization has prompted another studio within the Activision Blizzard envelope to start doing unionization, and it's probably going to spread more through there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the eventual Microsoft merger happens, it will spread throughout Microsoft, and then Well, when the Xbox merger happens, it will spread throughout Xbox, and then when the Xbox is the only wing that is full unionized, then the rest of Microsoft will unionize as well, and then Microsoft will be probably maybe the first big tech company to be fully union supported. And or the heads of Microsoft will be like, "We're gonna cut this shit out right quick."
Hopefully, it's the A reality, not the B reality. Yeah, but this is cool though. Like it's always good to start seeing the companies starting to like, really perk up and starting to push this new reality forward. So I'm hoping this all works in that exact same like domino row that you're talking about, Avery, because this needs to happen. Hey there. Are you enjoying this episode? You are? Great. If you're listening to the podcast, then please leave a review on the podcast app that you're using. If you're watching us, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. After that, you can go to pressx2start.com. There you'll find all the information about us, the podcast, the links to all of our social media channels, and to our Discord. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Now back to the podcast.
Yeah. And then the second bit of news is more dour, and it's sort of a addendum to the stuff we were talking about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Activision Blizzard staff walks out protesting loss of abortion rights. So we talked about a couple weeks ago how the video game landscape responded to Roe v. Wade being overturned. We got a lot of silence from we got silence from about 75% of the gaming sphere, but then we got a lot of talk from certain aspects of the gaming sphere. Certain people kept quiet, big people kept quiet, but that was neither here or there. But from what it looks like from reading this article, is that Activision Blizzard is not preparing to support its employees the same way other studios are supporting them when it comes to lots of abortion rights. And as a result, about 450 members of their staff have walked out in protest.
Well, as you know, Avery, Activision Blizzard is a very small studio and they don't have money, so it's really hard for them to support all of their employees or some bullshit. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man.
How will I buy my 6th yacht if I
Those are the real questions, Sean. Those are the real questions.
please and take care of them properly?
Yeah. I don't know. This is terrible. Like, it's one of the things where I guess Activision can backtrack and start supporting these people, right? That would be the
I mean, that's what the protest is
that's
for.
the hope, right? Yeah.
No,
I've never watched an entertainment body in the process of a buyout act so flagrantly bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the people aren't the upper management,
I mean, if you were upper management and you were being bought out, you'd try to be like, I don't know, put out a united front of it was a good idea to buy us out instead of we were in turmoil, which is why we got bought out. And instead of getting our shit together, we were going to continue to act a fool, I guess, with the idea that we're not going to be in charge going forward. So why should we care?
I mean, you can't control people.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan.
No. I was just reading into the article of what the support they were looking for. It is similar to other companies outside of the tech industry, promising that those workers that live in states that are vulnerable to losing abortion protections, allowed to fly, commute to other states to which
Okay.
abortions are available.
Yeah.
So Activision is not supporting that, which is not good.
Yeah, the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me, and this is devil's advocate right here. So I firmly don't believe this. And if this is the case, of course, fuck Activision. But is this a thing of them being like, hey, look, there's two options. You can either get the abortion rights or unionization. And they're like, you pick the unionization, so that's what we're gonna do. But like,
I mean,
the other side of it though is can't in the unionization process when they build all that up, can't they just put abortion rights into that and then
The
have
problem with the unionization is, as far as I'm aware of, the Raven software isn't the actual Raven software. It's just their quality assurance team. So it's not even like the entire dev team is unionized to like
Yeah.
fight for rights. It's only a small amount of them, and even that is like one of those sort of, I think, in the unions are good situation, is a unions are bad situation of, oh yeah, we have the power to fight for our rights, and we are going to fight for our rights. But that doesn't necessarily mean your rights make sense.
Yeah, they're not fighting for everyone. That stinks.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, and more depressing news. This is for me. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so this is from Polygon. This is from Michael McWhirter. Ubisoft's Avatar game, as Avatar things often are, is delayed. So the Avatar game that Ubisoft has been working on, I believe it's Massive Studios, which is the Division team, has been working on, got delayed. We had a big Ubisoft financial call, which I'm going to be honest, was not great. Like, we learned a lot of not depressing things about the state of Ubisoft. An addendum to this story that I don't really think is addendum to the story is from Video Games Chronicle. Is that from Tom Ivan, Ubisoft has reportedly delayed the next Assassin's Creed game to spring 2023. So yeah, the Ubisoft financial call was not great. They delayed a bunch of games, pretty much. Skull and Bones, which is a game that I have no confidence in, and Rayman. I'm sorry, Mario plus Rabbids not Kingdom Battle, Sparks of Hope are pretty much the only two Ubisoft things we're getting for this year, and possibly for the first half of next year. Both of these, like, a bunch of things got delayed and outright canceled. Like the Splinter Cell VR game got canceled, and then their second of maybe 3 Battle Royale games that we're working on also got canceled before they came out.
Yeah.
So like the Avatar
But
thing.
there's a rumor that there was a Division Battle Royale game, codename Reaper, I think, something like that. I got this from Jeff Grubb. But like it was shelved because it wasn't playing right, and then they actually brought it out from being shelved, and they're adding more roguelike elements to it, and that's going to be the thing that they're trying to push forward or something. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, it's like, I like the Avatar franchise. Like that movie like blew my mind when I watched it fucking over 10 years ago. I
Absolutely.
watched it religiously for years because like there wasn't a single movie that looked as good as that one to me, and it was always a great test of any tech I got, because if it can make this, if any tech could make this look even better than I thought, than I originally remember it, then like it was good tech. So I was genuinely excited for this Ubisoft Avatar game, because I like Massive as a studio. I think they're a solid team, and if they could make a big dumb Ubisoft open world, and I got to play as a Navi navigating through it, like imagine like with like Assassin's Creed like 3 controls of me going in and out of trees seamlessly with the parkour and all that, and the cool animals and things like that. Nothing sounded cool. Nothing sounded cooler to me. It could also have been a fucking hot mess because it's a licensed game, but
Yeah.
I had hope in this game. It being delayed sucks, but I have hope that a delay will be good for the game in the long run. It's the Assassin's Creed stuff that it's like, okay, you guys, what's going on?
So before you jump to Assassin's Creed, and this is also from Jeff Grubb, he was saying that from his reporting, the game looked great, but it just didn't play well. So that's where the delay supposedly came from, is that they need to polish up the gameplay. So yeah, like it's good that they're delaying this game versus trying to rush and get it out and it being a disappointment and just overall just hurting Ubisoft more than what they're already hurting themselves with. So,
Do y'all believe in it enough to put it on your fantasy league?
Avatar?
Mhm.
If
Not
that
is
if that
I'd have to
game,
see another showing of it first.
no,
But I mean, maybe you mean like next year when it's like slated to
Yeah.
come out?
Yeah.
in my
I don't know.
top draft, no. In my later, no one's paying attention to this game after the fact, probably.
Yeah, I think because I have like my little calculus that I do when it comes to like the games I'm picking, and
I highly doubt it.
I excuse me, Mister Lucky with the Pokemon and
I
the
don't think
first half
Sean.
of the.
Okay, I'm not gonna let this man go on. Sean was not lucky. Sean was playing the calculus from the very beginning.
Yeah, okay. The Pokemon stuff.
Like,
That's a
he
pass to
picked
me.
it because he'd already done the research, and Pokemon games don't get below a certain score. That was his reasoning going through it. He told us all that. When you which one of us, which one of his idiots on this podcast counterpicked it?
Marcus.
Not
It was
me.
Marcus. Okay,
Not me. But yeah, like I think the next showing of Avatar will be whether or not we have confidence in if
Mhm.
it's going to be good or not. Because what they showed first, as I had showed earlier, was just a CG trailer, and of course, it's really hard to make a CG trailer look bad
Yeah.
when you have money. So I think because I'm really interested to see like how this is going to look gameplay wise and like what it's actually going to be. Because I feel like you could sort of take the Assassin's Creed model and just kind of skin it with Avatar, but you would hope that there's more to it than just that. So, we'll see. We will see.
Yeah, and then other part of the Ubisoft financials was the Assassin's Creed news. We rumors had been mounting that we were getting a brand new Assassin's Creed game, more in line with the original Assassin's Creed trilogy and less than the open world Assassin's Creed trilogy. This would have focused on. I didn't play Valhalla, so I'm only taking some anecdotal information. It would have focused on one of the characters from Valhalla and would have been a Middle Eastern setting, so like really going back to the old school Assassin's Creed roots. It was going to be called Rift, I believe, and it was going to be their placeholder for Infinite, which was going to be they're still as of yet to be announced, confirmed, or realized like Assassin's Creed as a games as a service platform game.
Yeah.
And I mean that like the way Valhalla ended did seem that they were going to go back to the the order as it was presented in Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3 with that character. His name was Basim, I believe. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was kind of a bad guy too. I was like, I didn't like him too much.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, spoilers for the original Assassin's Creed. Most of the Assassin's Order were bad guys.
Mhm.
Soccer
What do you
blue.
mean, bad guys?
I thought he was my friend. He's like, nope.
We're
mean,
fighting
Stab,
for
stab, 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 stab.
Oh no!
This knife is made for stabbing.
I mean, in the context of the Assassin's Creed universe, the assassins are the good guys. But what I was in the context of what I was talking about is the villain of Assassin's Creed 1 is your mentor, the leader of the Assassin's Order.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, it was not good. But yeah, this is one of those things that sucks in the context that I've been jonesing for an Assassin's Creed game in a world where like I'm not getting regular stealth-esque games. And I think I was very vocal on both the podcast and I was on it at the time and after the fact, 2 years removed of that, like when they went open world and decided to make Assassin's Creed RPGs, I lost interest completely. Like I like the focused environment, like a city exploration, pseudo stealth action games, and it being I guess poor man's Witcher just didn't interest me. And like it was like when people complain about fluff in Ubisoft games, I look at those Assassin's Creed games because I remember playing Origins and that's a fucking desert. Like there's a lot of just running around the fucking desert,
Yeah.
exploring this giant map, and I'm just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, I actually, now that you say that, like that was when I first played Origins. That was where I jumped off. Like that's where I stopped playing because like I did the first like mission stuff, and I was like, oh, you gotta go to this other town, and I left the town. And I was like, oh, this is just sand. I'm good. I'll come back to this maybe.
Yeah,
And I came back to it like years after, but I got a little farther, but it was still a lot of the same like issues I had.
it's one of those things where like when Ubisoft said they were going to start taking time off between Assassin's Creed games, I thought it was going to be like, okay, we're going to polish the things about the old school Assassin's Creed games that worked. Like what's it called? The one that came out before it was the London one. I forgot what it's called. But that one was a good game.
Syndicate was very good.
Syndicate was a good game. Like I just imagined that I would be getting more of that instead of, all right, let's just create a Far Cry map and put an Assassin's Creed character in it, and then make it an RPG.
Syndicate was the first Assassin's Creed game that I enjoyed, but then I went to Odyssey and Valhalla, which I also enjoyed. So, like, I can go either way in terms of what style they want to go with.
I think Syndicate's biggest flaw is a flaw that all the Assassin's Creed games have had for a while now, and it was sort of indicated in back those Ubisoft emails, in that like that game is not designed to have two protagonists. It was going to have one, probably was going to have the sister, and then at some point they said no, we have to have the male, and then they compromised and just put two of them in there. So there's one game in there about you being a gang leader, and there's a 0.25% of a game in there of you being a female assassin. Both the stories don't really match up. That's enough of my fucking ennui about the Assassin's Creed franchise.
All right. Before we jump into the next story about Minecraft and NFTs, oh no. Hey there. Are you watching us? Like, well, in the good way, not the bad way? Are you enjoying our show? Good. In the good way, not the bad way. 'Cause I'm just gonna say that again. Please do us a favor and like this video. Hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because we need you to do that, and it is important to us. The subscription numbers for our YouTube channel, they're falling. It's free for all. Yeah, it's bad. So it's not bad, but it's bad. We're gonna tell them it's bad so they can, like, do the whole like, oh crap, I gotta help these people out. So yeah, please subscribe to our channel so we can get 100 and we can have our own custom URL that says youtube.com/the best podcast ever, press X start podcast.com. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, they're not. But the point is, we have it, and it says that. So when they actually do remember it, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the best podcast ever created ever." So yeah, do all those things, and we'll appreciate it. With that being said, let us jump back into the quick hits. Avery.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have a sort of double hitter of Microsoft news. So our first is from Kotaku. This is from Luke Plunkett. Minecraft bans NFTs and blockchain which do not align with games values. So essentially, Minecraft company, which is Mojang, have essentially said, hey, if you're trying to use Minecraft as your Web 3.0 fucking platform, that's not happening, and which is really cool. The funniest part about this is that one of the companies who was trying to do so immediately said, is I think in process of suing Mojang and saying, you can't tell us what to do with your platform that you own.
How dare you regulate your own game? Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, I just literally typed in Minecraft NFTs and I got this like video of this company that is working in Minecraft doing NFTs, and I watched about 30 seconds of this and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. So good on Microsoft, good on Mojang, and yeah, just get this blockchain stuff out of games.
This does align with a story that happened last fall, where Phil Spencer was questioned on NFTs and its feasibility in the video game space, and it wasn't a full out no, but he said he was skeptical at this moment regarding how it can be integrated and still retain the gameplay that they wish to achieve with their product. So never say never, but because when you think about it, Minecraft is that platform where this type of activity would thrive in.
That and Fortnite.
So it's like, once again, never say never, but I'm glad that the right people are in charge to say, fuck this, no.
Yeah.
Everyone should have access to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where the difference between loot boxes and NFTs is that the money goes into the consumer hands with NFTs, and there is
it's more like a pyramid scheme. More like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, well, yeah. But like the cash hit is more prevalent in microtransactions, and all that cash goes into the company's hands.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Easier to
why
understand
would
for
I?
the higher ups.
Yeah, so it's like, why would we support NFTs when you have a possibility of making money on this? Like, we spent all this money building this
I,
game. Like, what?
you're
Yeah.
telling me you're making money off of my garage, you son of a bitch.
Right?
Get out of my
Fuck out of
lawn.
here. What's next, Avery?
Okay, so in our another double hit of Microsoft news, this is from Paul Tassi. Shout out to him from Forbes. This is a man who literally has nothing better to do with his life than play Destiny, watch Netflix, and talk about live service games.
I'm
But
on your Facebook laughing every Destiny post you make. That is me. I'm the one.
okay, this is the title. Somehow Xbox is getting Discord voice chat before PlayStation starting soon. So this bit of news is both incredibly shocking and not shocking in hindsight, in that right now the Discord Microsoft Insiders, which is their, I guess, like their, how would I say this?
Product testing program.
The product testing, their beta program essentially is testing now voice chat for Xbox. Essentially, how it works is that if you you have to connect your Xbox app, your Xbox account to your Discord, then you have to download the Xbox app to your phone, and then from your phone you can then interact with Discord and then join the Discord chat from there. DJ's shaking his head, and this is why I said this makes sense in hindsight.
You gotta really want the Discord chat to do all that, which, like, I mean, more props to them for figuring this out, but god damn, is that a lot of stuff?
It's not necessary. Coming from someone that play, like, I don't know. I have a lot of knowledge on Xbox, what they do, and I do prefer Xbox in some ways, but compared to what PlayStation wants to do and what Xbox currently has, this is something that Xbox doesn't need currently, because they were already able to integrate voice chat with their applications, with the video game applications, from the PC to the phone to the console. That path is already done.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Talking about Xbox. Like, that is currently there. Like, it's not that difficult to communicate between PC services and console server, and like people that play on PC and people that play on phone and play on consoles. It's not difficult to do. So this Discord application is supposed to be that tether, once again, between platforms that don't share a direct link. And I'm like, I don't as an Xbox user, I do not see myself using this. I don't need this right now.
How often do you use Discord though?
I don't know. I mean, I just use Discord for this. Like, I'm like, the Discord is exclusively for
people
for context. Yes, I am a person that just uses Discord for the podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, if I was playing on Xbox, I would be using this feature, but because I genuinely like the way my entire setup is set up, I'm at my computer at all times. I'm also at my game console at all times. So it's actually much easier for me to use Discord as a voice messaging service than it is to actually end up using a party chat through a game, in which I will get game audio and then I have to do play with settings to get game audio and comm audio separate. Like, the shit I had to go through to get Apex Legends to not fucking ruin my eardrums with people screaming at me and hear the game, which audio is not great, is like, it's neither here or there. So like, this is functionality I want. What I say makes sense in hindsight is that why the headline is read like that and everyone reacted so weird to this is that Discord, Microsoft was courting Discord for a while.
Yeah.
And then that was the prevailing theory, that Microsoft was going to buy Discord. And then, like a ninja and the bandit, like a ninja in the night, PlayStation came in and say, hey, Discord, here's a shit ton of money. We want to partner with you.
And I'll let you see other people.
And Discord's like, I bet. We all started talking about, oh, is Discord going to replace parties in PlayStation? And I'm like, oh, parties in PlayStation kind of already work like Discord. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see that integration. And so what I'm extrapolating for this, and neither party has really talked about this, is that I'm pretty sure this was a Microsoft initiative. This was, oh, our initial Discord plans didn't work. Here's a team in my Xbox. Work on integrating Discord into our ecosystem. we can't actually get the app in our ecosystem, so let's do some third-party workarounds to get this rolling right away because it really fits our ethos of game anywhere and things like that.
But you could already hook some things into Discord with your Xbox ecosystem anyway, couldn't you? Before PlayStation.
Like, yes, but like in the context of what we want, with there to be a Discord app in the Xbox UI, I think the PlayStation deal has made that difficult for them, and as a result, they just went a third-party outside route of we're gonna build integration into our app through the Discord tools and do neither here or there. So at least I'm assuming, and I could easily be wrong, and we could easily get the same broke-ass third-party kind of open up your PlayStation app like we're like 2020. Well, like 2020 Nintendo. Well, here's voice chat. Pull up the app. This is so fucking dumb. But yeah, I think the idea is that there is going to be a inbuilt PlayStation Discord app.
Yeah.
Where you don't really have to do any like you will only need to use your fucking console and not have to go through a phone. And that's why it's taking longer because they're trying to actually inbuild it integrate it into the UI.
Yeah. And I think the other side to the whole Discord thing is that if you are like this really benefits people who are doing multi cross-platform games. So if you're playing Fortnite with someone on PlayStation, you guys can't do party chat unless you do party chat in Fortnite. I'm not sure if that even is a thing.
Yeah,
I don't play
talk.
Fortnite. Okay. So I guess this whole Discord thing would be the other alternative to.
Although I do know when I'm playing Apex with people on Xbox, their audio is super low for some reason.
It's not great.
So.
It's not great.
Oh, interesting.
Not Ventrilo. Shit, I'm old. Discord. Discord might fix that.
Yeah.
Well, Discord will fix it in the context of us being friends will be fixing it. Apex's bad audio for Xbox players, that's not gonna fucking change.
You know, I wonder if I would imagine that this workaround that Xbox came up with should still work with whatever PlayStation and Discord put out if it's going to be working on the same Discord like.
No, it will work. It will work.
Interface. Yeah. Okay.
It's just the Xbox full integration of here's a Discord tab, not even Discord app. Like here's a Discord tab within our UI, so that you can pull in party chats from there.
Right.
It's interesting. Shout out to Xbox for getting that shit to work. I know the Xbox ecosystem was super excited to hear this. And I'm genuinely interested to see whether the leaps you have to go on to get it to work is a barrier of entry to get people to utilize it. Or is it just the idea that this exists and I can use it will eventually be like, the gold standard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Other than Jordan, like if anyone who's listening to this is like super excited for it, definitely let us know. So we have some kind of barometer other than Jordan over here about the people out there who is playing Xbox.
Who would do a thing like that?
Yikes.
Call of Duty's coming to Xbox this year. There'll be people.
Oh, this is true.
Okay, so our last story is So this is from IGN. This is The Last of Us Remake Permadeath mode revealed alongside a host of other improvements. So earlier this week, we got a leak of The Last of Us Part 1 again, and I'm going to say this was someone trying to take Naughty Dog down, because that was the sort of vein of how they posted all their shit. Was like, oh, they didn't change anything. The game doesn't look that great. Like, it's not worth your 70. And then Thursday, so the week of September, the week of
the 23rd.
July.
Right.
Yeah, the week of July 22nd. I think it was July 22nd. No, 21st. No, July 21st. PlayStation dropped a full breakdown of everything that went into The Last of Us Part 1, which involved updated AI for both your enemies and your AI partners. So now they operate on some interesting predictive, like, I guess,
logic.
logic in which not only do they have the AI know where the enemies are at all times, they also know where the enemy will end up walking to, so that when in a stealth mode, they will then inevitably walk out of their line of sight. So we're no longer getting the Ellie, I'm hiding. Ellie's just walking around this corner right in front of this guy. He just straight up doesn't see Ellie. So that's solved.
Right.
It isn't just, this is not updated textures in that they have essentially ripped out every model in the game and fully rebuilt it. So like environments have the same structure, but they have all new different looks. They're all coupled with now better
more polygons.
Yeah, more polygons and better
yeah.
physics. So there's a level of destructibility. They didn't indicate to what end. Like, is this a situation where I'm hiding behind cover and something hits it that blows it up and parts of the cover is now gone, I'm exposed? Or is this more like, oh, variable bits of the cover are now broken away to make me feel like I'm going to be exposed?
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
not
bit, is it bit system or whatever they call
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Bits are there. They put the Last of Us Part 2's entire accessibility feature set in the game, which I think is fucking huge. I think the prevailing theory going on, from what I can hear around the streets of game design, is that The Last of Us Part 1's accessibility features were like the gold standard of what accessibility features in a video game should really be. And they have baked those all in from the start of The Last of Us Part 1, which is a really good get. They put a bunch of minor features in there for people who care, like more costume for your characters, so you can dress up your characters more than just individual different kinds of flannels. They put in a model.
I don't even remember being able to change my clothes.
You could.
One, so.
I played that game like 5 times. You could, but it was baked into like doing like the games like because Uncharted has this as well, like reward system in which you got points for like doing certain things in the game, and you can use those points to buy things.
Yeah. I remember that actually.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you even play the game, Sean? Gosh.
Played it at least 4 times. Bruh, I bought it on PS3, then bought it again on PS4, and played them multiple times. Don't remember
that. They have this new, this is one of those nebulous things, but I think it's a cool idea. They have this new model animation system that now is more variable, how like the individual and bespoke animations they put into the characters react when they're actually interacting with each other. They tutted out the whole bullet points about dual sense integration, which is cool. When Ellie pulls the bow, you can really feel the tension of the bow. Same talking point for the 15th time in the Sony first party game, but whatever. It's dual sense integration is cool. So long story short, they showed off a bunch of it. The game looks great. The one thing that they did that was confirmed from this, and is the sort of the sticking point for a lot of fans. The toxicity value will vary. Is that there's no prone, there is no advanced gameplay techniques from The Last of Us Part 2. So the consensus is they didn't change the gameplay of this game at all. Which I would say to that is if not even the look, if the AI functions differently and your interaction with the AI functions differently, and then they didn't say this, but I'm just making the not bold assumption that they're not just cutting and pasting the actual like gunplay mechanics from Part 1 into Part 2. So like the game will be a tighter experience in terms of how like it controls. I fundamentally believe that there is not substantial gameplay change, but a gameplay change to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I think what it boils down to is that your experience is going to be a little different, but the actual mechanics are going to be same from Last of Us 1, which is not a bad thing. Like, because like if the AI just charges you like differently, then that's just the AI moving. Like you're still going to shoot them the same way you would in Last of Us 1. But like again, it's not a bad thing. It's just if you love the mechanics from Last of Us 2, just play Last of Us 2. Like that's all you got to do.
No, continue, Zeke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm just that's pretty much all I'm saying. Like the whole thing about people being upset that this like people because the whole thing was that people were just like, oh, this is gonna be $70. Like I'm not gonna spend $70 on this. Okay, then don't buy the game. Like this, like if like I like Last of Us the franchise. It's cool, but like I played it one time. I got the story. Like I don't necessarily need to play it. So like this isn't for me, but this is gonna be for a lot of people. And I feel like this they don't
Wait, I'm sorry.
they don't need to like it's nice that they released this so like you see like what the actual improvements are, but like they don't really need to market this game because people are gonna buy it. And then there's gonna be people who, for some reason in their terrible lives, they haven't played Last of Us yet.
They
But
need to market the
get this.
improvements, and I think we belabored this point before on the cast. But they have a crispy ass new show coming out next year. They want a crispy ass new game to go along with it.
Right.
Long story short.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over some talking points I put in the Discord because I'm fucking super tired of the Naughty Dog hate train that just exists. Like, I get it. You don't like women, and like you don't like people. No, I'm gonna fucking say it. You don't like women, and you don't like anything that prescribes to a less than right side of the fucking spectrum in terms of
Those
video games.
people are listening to us.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many people hate watch things that they
Not
already
wrong.
don't like. Like
Not
I
wrong.
If
watch.
you hate us, tell your friends. So
I
they can hate us too.
I hate Arrow. I still watch 2.5 seasons of that fucking show. So like anything's fucking possible. But yeah, this game, people call it a cash grab. Newsflash: all video games are a cash grab. Everyone's trying to sell you fucking something. This is not an altruistic business. Like it's always nice when developers go out of their way to give you free stuff. But at the end of the day, they're giving you free stuff with the idea that they're going to be making money off
They're
of that
building
free stuff.
goodwill.
Yes.
Right.
And we saw how that ended with the Witcher 3 to Cyberpunk, in which everyone talked about how great that studio was and all the cool stuff they did, and all that goodwill got people to buy Cyberpunk in droves. And then all those people immediately complained about Cyberpunk.
So how is Sean Murray gonna fuck us next?
Yeah. So like, yeah. This like so to get to my other point is that if they had gotten rid of if they had removed access to the original Last of Us on stores and the Last of Us remastered from stores, I would be like, yeah, this is fucked up that you're charging $70 for me to buy and play this game. But they're not. In fact, if I'm not wrong, the Last of Us remastered is on the PlayStation Plus. It's on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Either in the extra or the premium category, which means if you want to play the version of the game you want to play that doesn't have all the fancy bells and whistles, it's there for a pretty cheap price, even cheaper if you already have the collection. 2, this is not made for us.
Right.
In the context of, it's made for people, to Sean's earlier point, who have never played The Last of Us, are going to see that show, get hyped for that show, learn as a video game, and play it. You know what happened when The Witcher came out on Netflix, a show that has nothing to do with the video games? Sales of The Witcher, a game that was already good, a game that was already really good, like had really great sales, exploded.
It shot up. Like it was wild.
And then
and no one saw it coming.
No one saw it coming. Not even the death of The Witcher, who had nothing to do with that show.
They're like, wait, where all this money coming from? Cyberpunk ain't doing well.
I know the original writer is pissed.
No, the original writer was happy. Well, because he made money off the show, not money off the game, but he made money off the show.
What I'm saying is, I think he negotiated for like a set amount of money because he did not think the game property was going to be popular.
Yeah, and it took them 3 games to get The Witcher to be a juggernaut franchise that got Netflix to be like, let's make an adaptation of this. But no, yes, this game's not for us. But if you don't want to buy the game, to DJ's point, don't buy it.
Pretty much.
I can still complain. That's what I see a lot of. That's what I see a lot of on Reddit. I can still complain though.
If your complaint is, I want to play this game and it's $70, like don't want to buy $70, do the thing that if you're a person complaining about $70, there's a strong chance that you're a person who doesn't buy video games brand new. That you're the person who goes and waits and like does X, Y, and Z to get games at a deal. Just do that. The game's not going to be $70 forever. The game's not going to be $70 next year. This is a remake of an old game. You're not
Black
missing
Friday's coming.
you're not missing anything. And to the $70 argument, it's like, I get it. Sony wants to market themselves as a premium video game developer, and they don't want people to see this game, this remake they put a lot of time and effort into it, as anything less than a premium product. Because the minute you sell a game at a lesser amount, the expectations of that game change dramatically. And like, remember that Ratchet and Clank game that came out as a tie-in to the movie that was priced at around $40? That game is fantastic, but no one talks about it because everyone just assumed it was a budget game.
I think it's like Ratchet and Clank 2016 or something.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, I played it. It was great.
Yeah.
No, it's a fantastic game. Like, it's objectively, even with the weird movie integration. Like where they put scenes of the movie into the game. I still get to see this movie. It doesn't exist to me. I just have the game. like it's like no one talks about that game in the context of like Ratchet and Clank the franchise because everyone just sees it as one of the budget Ratchet games, which are like a half dozen of. So I'm like, I get from why I'm a Sony bean counter being like, let's just charge $70 for it. We put in the same amount of work we did for a AAA game, so let's just charge the same amount of money we would put into it for a AAA game, and let's move forward. I know I'm buying this, like, because The Last of Us is one of my favorite games, and I'm always looking for a new excuse to replay that game. And if this game follows in the same suit as Part 2, it's going to have a fantastic trophy list, which means I'll be finally able to get The Last of Us Part 1's trophy list. Which is
I think the first one you had to play it on grounded.
Dude, you had to play it like 5 different, like, it's the first one's trophy list is just not fun.
Yikes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yikes.
That was me ranting about this game.
No, but you had good points though. You had good points. All right. Well, that is it for the quick hits. Let us know if you are excited for the Last of Us remake. And if you fall on the spectrum of it's $70, I'm not paying $70, just like and subscribe to the contest and just
Punch
don't
yourself in the
let us
face.
know, okay? All right. Yes. This has been another episode of Press X Start Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and reviews on your favorite podcasting app. Don't forget to comment. Let us know your feelings, your thoughts, your what you're gonna do for the day. You know, just let us know. You could send that to us on your podcast app. I mean, you can do that when you write a review because you definitely want to write a review. You can also leave a comment on the YouTube video because you know you're watching this because you have to watch us. It's important. Once you do all that, we appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do all that good stuff. Keep playing more games. Keep being in there. Keep hanging in there. You know, we're gonna get through this as long as you keep watching our content. We'll get through this. You see what I did there? I made them watch the content, guys. It's very important. I wonder if Marcus has a problem with me whispering. Well, we'll see. With that being said, you take care. You have a good time and you play some games.